it's only the imagination that you have, that you are this body-mind, that causes you to have fear of death, you see? Because if you are this body-mind, then you were born, and you're living, and you will die. So you see, it has its own little circle. In fact, if you really look at it, all of your problems, all of your fears, all of your worries, all of your difficulties, every single one is connected with the body-mind, you see. And it's only the mind and the body that has these problems, you see. And as long as you hold on to your imagination that you are this person, this individual, this story that you have called your story, as long as you have that, then you have embraced all the troubles of your life. Mm-hmm. And the moment that you release that notion that you are living in separation, that you are a person, when that is surrendered, when it's gone, then all the problems are gone, you know? They're not your problems anymore. You know, if they're going to be someone's problems, then they can be God's problem, because they're certainly not yours. It's like, it's not anything to do with you, any of this. This is a dream, and when you're dreaming, there's all these things happening in your dream, and you're having an adventure, or you're having a horrors, or there's bad things happening, there's good things happening. You're involved in that dream, and in that imagination, you're imagining that those things are happening to you. But there is no you see. This notion of yourself as an individual is, it's not true. It's a virtual reality. It's not an actual reality. It's not real. Okay, so it only appears to be real, just like your dream last night appeared to be real while it was happening. As soon as you woke up, you knew immediately that nothing had happened. You knew nothing had happened. You never left the bed. None of those things happened. It's just in your imagination. And this is exactly the same. This is just your imagination. Nothing has ever happened to you. The sense of you is just to make a good story. And the mind loves stories. The mind will go to the movies and pretend that what you're seeing, the colors on the screen and the sounds out of the speaker, that's really happening. You see, the mind loves to do this. It's fun for the mind, right? It's fun for the mind. But really, how much fun are you having in your life, in your daily life, with all of this imagining and pretending, and all of the drama of life, and all of the ups and downs? You know, if you're having a good time, then I don't suppose you'd be coming to these talks. You see? I think that everyone who comes to these talks knows that there's something hollow in this life of being an individual, of being a person. There's something hollow. So, unless you abandon illusions, you will continually have difficulties. When you abandon illusions, all the difficulties go. There are no more difficulties. There are no more problems. None. All of your problems are based in the body and mind. all of them. And when you connect with the body-mind as being you, yourself, then those problems and difficulties are yours. You see, now, the illusion's good. The illusion's very, very well designed. And there's certain, kibbles and bits in there. There's nice things. There's wonderful things. There's marvelous things. There's personal love. There's, pleasures. There's all these things that seduce you and draw you in. Just like a good movie draws you in. A good story draws you in. You see? It's well designed. But you see, along with those pleasures, there's pains. Along with those treats, there's some nasty stuff. And you see, then you take this ride because you want the nice stuff. You don't want the nasty stuff. And then you take a ride. How do I get the nice stuff? How do I get rid of the nasty stuff? And you take this journey that we call a life, but it's farcical, you see. It really has no meaning. It has no more meaning than the dream you had last night. Might be interesting. Occasionally you have an interesting dream that sticks with you for a day, maybe even a week. Who knows? And occasionally there's a dream you remember for a while. Rarely, though. Most of them just come and go, just like everything else. And everything in this life, when you look at it, it comes and it goes. Nothing stays. Nothing is solid. Everything is temporary. And everything is changing. You see? So because of that, when the false identification arises, and it arises quite naturally, because the body is programmed with that sense of I am, that sense of being. It's programmed that way. So you naturally feel a connection with the body. A connection, and the body is actually drawing you in and saying, yes, all this is yours. This is your experience. And you see, just like when you go to the movie, you go along with it because it's more enjoyable. You see, it would be no fun to go to the movie and just not buy any of it and just see colors on a screen, sound coming out of a speaker. You'd be wasting your money. It wouldn't even be worth the popcorn. But this one is worth popcorn, steak, whatever you have. This one will draw you in for the entire lifetime of the virtual reality machine. Then what? Then what? What happens after the virtual reality machine breaks down? Your whole world is gone. Whatever will you do? It's just a dream. You woke up last night. You woke up this morning, and the dreams you had last night are all totally gone. Whatever will that person do? That dream character? Nothing. Never did anything to begin with. And that's the thing, if you can just see that you've never done anything to begin with, this is just a show going on. It's just a show. It's a sophisticated virtual reality, a nice 3D movie. Yeah? It's very high quality, very convincing, draws you in. There's lots of, good things that capture you and seduce you into playing along. And you're just playing along, but it's not real. And I tell you this every single talk. And the job for you is just to look at your daily, watch your life, see the nature of it, see that none of it is solid, none of it has any substance. Watch it, see it for yourself, prove it to yourself that what I'm saying is true. And you will find it hard to take your life seriously if you do this. There's nothing here. There's nothing here that's worth taking seriously. You do what you think you should do. You still go through life. You still do what you do. And you do the things according to the way you were designed, the conditioning that you have, and the values that you have. All of those things just get followed. But they're very mechanical, you see. You think you're making choices, but those choices have already been made. They found chemicals in your brain that make you prone to be this way or that way. It's all there already. A lot of it is already there. And then if you were a master at studying karma, you would see that your relationships with people, these people that you're with, that you don't like, that you do like, it's already well established. You knew right away certain people that you didn't like them without any information at all. You just knew you didn't like them. And there's someone else you knew you loved them without any information at all. And you see, so it's already set up. It's already set up, and the dreamer thinks they're doing it, you see? But that's just a dream. You're not doing anything. It's all being done, and it's all scripted, and it's all set up already. And the only thing that I will give you room for, where you can actually do something, is you can use your mind to see what is real and what is not real. So really that is your work. You take the concepts that I've given you and you apply them. Look at your life. Look at your moments and see if it's not true what I'm saying. That's your work. That's your work. And if you do this, then you will see the dreamlike nature of it all. And you will also see that behind it all, there's something that is what you would call real. There is something. So you focus on that beginning, initial thing. The body, mind is programmed with that sense of I am. That sense of I, which you turned into me, but still there is this sense of I, this sense of being, this sense of presence. You see, it's already programmed in. Go there. You've added all these things to it. You've said, I am so-and-so, I did this, I like this, don't like that, I want this, blah, blah, blah. All these things got added onto it. Forget that crap. All those add-ons are just the things that they're like the layers on the onion of this false identification. Just go back to that I am. Just go back to that sense of presence, that sense of being that has always been there, always. You see, it's consistent. It never changes. It's always been there. And I've always said that the hallmark for the truth is that it never changes. It's always the same. So you have that sense of I am, I am, I am. Just that sense of I. And you can just go there. And when you go there, everything else disappears. And when you really go there, when you spend some time there, you'll notice that even that sense of I am begins to fade away. And then what remains is what's always been there, what has always been with you, that sense of being that is everything just is. So there's no more even I am. There's no more identification with anything. It's all just completely one. It all merges into itself, and then you're home. That's where you came from, that's where you're going, and that is actually where you are right now. It's just, you've forgotten. Short-term forgetfulness. You're suffering from a form of Alzheimer's. You've forgotten who you are and replaced it with some dream character. and you're believing it. But no matter how much you believe in it, it doesn't make it true. In fact, that which is true does not include belief. Belief is strictly part of the illusion. It just magnifies and intensifies that sense of false identification. So, this is your homework, okay? Everyone can just use this in your daily. For all the things going on in your life, just return back to that sense of being, you see? Just watch life, see how it doesn't have any solidity. Watch it. Watch how your thoughts just come and go. Watch how the emotions just come and go. Watch how everything just comes and goes. And watch how your choices are already made for you. That the idea of you making choices is part of the suffering of life. Because you make bad choices, you feel bad, you feel guilty. You make good choices, you feel pride, right? You think you've done a good thing. Think you've done a good thing. It's the same, it's just suffering. Anyway, I think that's quite enough for the beginning of this talk.